Welcome to our lesson on arithmetic progression, abbreviated AP. Now, there are about 4 components that you need to know about arithmetic progression. The first component is called the common difference. Common difference is usually designated by the letter D. That's the first component. The second component is the first term. The first term we may just write as first term, or we may write as T1, and this is designated by the letter A. The third component is the nth term. So we may write that as the nth term, or we may write it as Tn, and this is designated by the expression A plus n minus 1 D. And the fourth component of the AP is the sum of the first n terms which is usually designated as Sn. This is given as half of n. It's given as half of n multiplying the sum of 2a and the product of n minus 1 D. So these are the 4 components of arithmetic progression. Now, what exactly is arithmetic progression? This is a type of sequence in which consecutive terms differ with the constant, or there is a common difference between consecutive terms. When you subtract any consecutive terms of an arithmetic progression, you get the same difference. That's why it is called the common difference D. So we normally get the term on the right, then you subtract the term on the left for any terms that are following each other in the sequence, and the difference you get is the common difference D. So if you're given a sequence, if you're given any list of numbers, and the subtraction of consecutive terms doesn't give rise to the same difference, it means that is not an arithmetic progression. For an AP, you must always get the same answer when you subtract consecutive terms. So let's try to look at some examples on arithmetic progression. So there's an example here. The first and second terms of an arithmetic progression are 195 respectively. Find the 10th term, and then we also find the sum of the first 10 terms. The sum of the first 10 terms. So we've been given that there is an AP where the first term is 100, the first term is 100, okay, followed by 95, which is the second term, followed by, we don't know, the information has not been provided. So the question says these are the first two terms, the first and second terms. The first and second terms of an AP is 195. So if we look at this question, the first term, so we have here the first term A, it means A is equal to 100. That is the second component in our list of 4 important components of an AP. So we need to find the common difference D, and we have said the common difference is found by subtracting consecutive terms. So since the first term is 100, the second term is 95, we're going to start with the term on the right and subtract the term on the left, meaning we'll say 95 minus 100. So 95 minus 100 that will give us -5. So it means our common difference is -5, which means we should be able to find the third term, fourth term, fifth term, because we understand what the common difference is. Basically, for an arithmetic progression, to get any common term, for example, if you have the first term is given as A, the second term will be given as A plus the common difference. Okay, so you have A plus D. So to get the second term, you simply add A plus D. To get the third term, you have A plus 2D. To get to fourth term, and so on and so forth, you have A plus 3D. Okay, so if you follow this rule, you realize that you can find any term by following this expression here, A plus n minus 1D. Okay, so that's why it's important that you know what the A is and what the D is, because once you know the A and the D, then you can work around any situation involving arithmetic progression. So we want to find the 10th term according to the question. So to get the 10th term, which we can also write as T10. Okay, we simply say A plus the 10 goes where the n is, because we're talking about the nth term. So get the 10th term, that's what we have. We'll just get the formula for calculation of the nth term, where the n represents 10, because we're finding the 10th term. So once we have that, then we can substitute the information we have. A is 100 plus 10 minus 1, that is 9, times D is the common difference, which is -5. So this will give us 100 positive 9 times -5, that will give us -45. So that gives us 55. So it means the number which is in the 10th position in that sequence, the sequence which is starting at 100, second term is 95, meaning third term will be 90, fourth term will be 85. So if we follow that, the number in the 10th position will be 55. That is our calculation for the 10th term. Then we can get the calculation for the sum of the first 10 terms, the sum of the first 10 terms. So we get our formula for the sum of the given number of terms. We'll say sum of the first 10. So where there is n, we'll put 10. Sum of the first 10 terms will be equal to the n over 2, or half of n, that means 10 over 2. Then this will multiply by 2 of the first term, 2a, which means 2 times 100, because our first term is 100. Then we say plus n minus 1d, that means 10 minus 1. Our d, common difference, is -5. Okay. So we simplify that expression. And get our result. Here, 10 over 2, that is 5. Here, the 5 is multiplying 2 by 100, is 200. Then here we have plus 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 is multiplying -5. So when we simplify what is in brackets, here we have 200. This is positive 9 times -5, which is -45. So in short, we have 5 times inside the bracket we have 200 minus 45, which is 155. So our final answer, you can write it here, S, the sum of the first terms, will be equal to 5 times, in brackets we have 155. Okay, so when we multiply that, it's going to give us 775. So that is how we solve questions involving the arithmetic progression.